everybody. Welcome, Rory. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, my friend. Pretty good. And yourself?
I'm pretty good. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings to everyone out there.
Indeed.
Thanks for joining us. I'm doing pretty good as well. I think I had a plan in mind today to do a large chunk of stuff, but I am unable to find some of the assets that I expected to be on my machine, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? Should have been in this folder, and they're not. And I'm like, I have a problem with Dropbox because like I've noticed, I don't know, about a year ago, I had a problem with Dropbox where because I pause it and I unpause it all the time because I pause it for the show,
Hmm.
I suspected that there was a bug somewhere and I'd lost some stuff and I had to go back to a backup of it. And anyway, I was just moving into to grab all the assets that I expected to be there and they're not. And I'm like, is it me or is it something else? Or they're not here? Did I put them in some place where they shouldn't belong? So anyway, I guess we'll start. So I said for today's stream description, well, actually, it looks like I did not put it in here for today, 125. Let me update that right now. Are we going to do it or not? I was going to say creating the sound, the music, the song playing system is what I was going to do. Let me go
Hmm.
check and see what I said. Building a song playback system for the live stream. That's what I wanted to do. My songs not here right now, but that's okay. We may not be get to a point where we actually able to play anything today, but we'll get the animation, the pieces together. We'll kind of talk and look about that. Just to keep you up to date with regards to Dungeons and Dragons stuff, let's grab that. I'll get it on screen here. Switch over to this view right here, and let's bring up.
Just to mention, Mark, I'm looking here at the list of previous videos, which are, I assume, sorted by date and so forth. It says our previous one was 122, and therefore 125 would seem to be out of sequence.
Okay, I think we're the. That's interesting. So 124 is maybe where we are really. I thought we did 120. I thought we did
There's one here,
120,
3 minutes and 50
123.
seconds, which says 123, which I think is us now.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'll go ahead and well, let me wait. Let me check. There's one more thing I can check here. Give me a second. Um, and I just have to bring something on screen that's got names and stuff that I want to keep private. So to protect everybody, all the previous winners and stuff like that. What do I got here? I have, yeah, we're at 124 today. So today we're at 24. The 123 is missing. I had to delete that because I popped some stuff on screen, forgot to shut off the stream. And so, and I was like at the end, so I had to delete it. I'm going to edit it and I'll upload it onto the onto YouTube a little later. I just had like I popped up my just at the very end. I popped up my my Twitter
Hmm.
client, and generally not a big deal except for I had the private messages, and it revealed somebody else's negative opinion of something that I'm sure they would not
Fair
want to be
enough.
made public. So I
Yep.
was like, oops. And so delete and download, and I'll edit and then re-upload. So that's what's happening with
Good
episode
plan.
123. So we're now at 124, and today we're going to try and build a song playback system for the live stream. Just keep you up to date with where we are. Whoops, hold on. One more switch over here because I didn't delete. Take that out of there. Let's take that out. Bring back over here. All right. One thing that here it is right here is in the die roller. I did this over the weekend. I made a couple changes to it with regards to something called bending luck. So bending luck is a complexity when it comes to rolling dice because what happens is if you make a die roll and it's close, but it fails, as a
Hmm.
high level wizard, you have the or sorcerer, you have the ability to bend the luck by one d4 by rolling another d4 in the direction you want it to go, either up or down.
Wow.
Okay, so that's kind of what's going on there with bending luck. So for example, if I let's throw an advantage attack out. My hidden threshold is a 12. I got to beat a 12 or more. And let's throw that out until we see something that's close to a 12. Well, there's an 8 right there. So it's a miss. So I could bend luck now. Before we get away, I hit that bending luck. It freezes the die, rolls it out. I got a 3. I still miss. Oh, I got a hit that time because I got right at 12. So I just barely changed it. So you can bending luck, you can change a hit, a miss to a hit or a hit to a miss. And that's what's going on with bending luck. It was a little complex because it was, it's one of these things where I'm like reading through the rules and I'm like, oh, I thought we were done and we're not done. We have the ability to roll the dice afterwards. And so that's what's going on with bending luck. What is going on with that sound effect out of nowhere? Wait, there's something, oh, it's the bending luck. That's the sound effect that's supposed to play when bending luck happens. Interesting. Where is that coming from? Not sure where that sound just came from. All right. So that's where we are. We're going to take a break from this for a little bit. We'll probably get back into it soon, but I want to build the sound system is what I want to do. I have at least one of my assets out here. If we look at the drone game. Oh, I want to show you one other thing that's kind of cool. I was talking to one of our coworkers yesterday, and he's talking about a demo he's doing, and he normally does the beer demo where you're building a beer. And I started showing him some CodeRushed features that were kind of new, and also some he hadn't already seen. But this is what we ended up building right here. We ended up building this beer, and I ended up showing him embedded imaging. I showed him the formulas as well, right? Embedded latex formulas right in there. So these are just comments right here in the code that are showing these pieces out here. And then we got to this point, which was kind of interesting because CodeRushed, in the when you duplicate the line here, so we were to come out here and we'll get rid of these right here. If I were to come in here and select this and duplicate the line, CodeRushed should be able to spot the differences and then suggest the changes as we come along here. Now, because we're dealing with RGB, it can't quite perfectly figure everything out. But if we were dealing with HSL instead, hue, saturation, and lightness, it would be able to take a set of differences and then figure out the rest all the way, right, like that. So, nice. So it's kind of cool, like you can kind of come along here and make those changes, build those pieces kind of quickly. All right, so that's enough of that. I'm going to close that down. Sure, fine, I'll save. And I think I might do one more thing while we're here. I'm like, debating whether I do this or not, but I want to come back and change my color theme back to dark because I think folks are more used to that, and we'll do that. Plus, we've got a number of effects that look better over the dark background. We might have to restart Visual Studio because sometimes it doesn't change everything over. Codebase Alpha is in the house. Hugo Dahl is in the house. Straight Butter is in the house. Good morning, everybody.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again.
So it's Be Tuesday, so it's not Monday. Yeah, I'm going to say it's Tuesday today is what it looks like.
Yep.
Let's check this out. This is taking a while to apply. There we go. It just finished. All right, good. I'm happy about that. Looks good to me. Okay, so let's look at our artwork. What we got. We've got a boombox. And it's pretty plain. There's basically 13 frames of animation here. And all it's doing is it's just moving around a little bit. I kind of want to do something with the speakers. I want the speakers to kind of, thump to the beat and maybe have a visual effect associated with that. But I'm not sure how to do that yet. I haven't quite figured that out. I think I need to understand beats per minute when the first beat starts, or maybe sense it somehow. I'm not exactly sure what how that's going to work, but at the very least, we'll get the boom box out there, and yeah, I'm a little disappointed. But when I noticed, like, about 5 minutes before we were supposed to start, that the assets were not where I was expecting them to be, and I was like, what? Like, if I had, where they should have been is they should have been somewhere in they should have been in a folder here. Or in a subset of boombox assets there, or alternatively a folder here, right, in this. And so I'm
they've just gone missing.
Yeah.
The universe has snuck in and removed them.
Yeah, or I was very clever that day and put them somewhere else. So I'm like, and I looked over in the other assets over here in the Dragon Age to see, well, maybe did I put them down here by mistake? And no, I did a search for the MP3 and the WAV files that I was expecting to see there. And nothing, Nothing showed up. So I'm like, really like, what? There's got to be an explanation for where these are. But yeah, I don't have it right now, and I don't want to spend a lot of time looking around my machine to find them. So we're going to kind of skip that part for now. I need a command to bring up the music, and since we have the let's close everything here. Let's just do this. We're going to kind of clean this up a little bit. Close all documents. We'll do that. Get rid of them all.
Codephobia is raiding with a party of 13. Welcome everybody.
Hey, thanks, Codephobia. How was your stream? Nice. Thank you, everybody from Codephobia. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
You join us as we are beginning a little bit of our path here, where we're going to implement a boombox.
That's what we're going to try to do. We'll start this thing up. So yeah, I'm just sorry. I'm looking over this at my looking at my Stream Deck off to the side, looking for something to play in honor of the Codephobia raid, and I'm thinking it's going to be. They're awesome. That's not bad, but what happened to my background though? It looks like "They're Awesome" needs to be regenerated there. It looks like it had a background that changed something. That was a little bizarre and strange. All right, so okay, so we want to go grab the drone game. That's where we're going to play for now. So we'll close this right here. We'll grab our overlay manager, and there's the drone game. That's kind of what we want to, I think, play with in here. And I think inside drone game, we've got something out here that is like execute command. There it is right there. And we're not going to be able to send a command out from, but we can do the test commands for now is what we can do. So here's the test. And we'll come in here and we're going to say, hey, if test command is equal to music. So I guess I'm thinking, all right, so we need something to turn on some music and maybe also to get rid of it. I think music is going to bring it up. So we'll create an official command called music up above. And for now, we're just going to say something that says start music like this. And we'll probably say this dot start music is what we'll do. And then let's declare that. And let's jump into that. And
so, Mark, maybe it's worth asking at this point, does this boombox relate primarily to our stream here, or is this some component that you're hoping to have for your Dungeons & Dragons?
No, it's only our stream.
Music and, okay.
No. It's only our stream. So
for the amusement of our watchers, our listeners.
Right, exactly. So I want people to have control over it to some degree. I want people to be able to select a genre of music, and if they don't like the song, they can drop a meteor on the boombox. In which case, it'll change the song, I think. And
sounds good.
And so we've got a couple options, right? So let's look at what the commands are here for this that we're talking about. We need like something to we need to start the music is kind of what we would need to do. Here, let's call this commands like this. And so one of them is to start the music. I'll actually keep that there, delete that, delete that, delete that. All right, so start the music. Maybe change the song. Change the genre.
Yep.
And stop the music.
Yep.
And I think that's maybe it. And I think maybe there's also, to some degree, changing the song we might, and then I think there may also be a play favorite song kind of thing, or play, favorite song. Like the idea is that you at some point can say, mark song as favorite, and then you can later say play my favorite song, right? So you could have like a, an entrance kind of song or something like that. You come into the chat room and you say, here's where our, or alternatively, so by the way, I am working on some surprises for our regular folks who come in here, some video surprises. And the idea is that when you come in and say something in the chat room for the first time, we're going to create something cool that comes up for the regulars. So Straight Butta and Hugo.
like Straight Butter and Hugo, they're like coming out for the big fight, and they have their intro music.
Yeah,
You know,
and
they're kind of
it's,
dancing down the hallways, and it's playing. It's
yeah.
like, hooray, we're here.
So that's my goal, and hopefully I'll create something that you guys like. But basically, it's going to be something along the lines of like I'm totally imagining like for straight butter in the house, and this butter on a dish slides into screen, and a fist comes down and smashes it, and then just yellow butter everywhere.
See, that's awesome. Hugo Dahl says, "Can my fight song be the theme from Benny Hill?" I don't know. Does that translate across to
I
America? Do you
I
guys
think we
recognize that?
I totally recognize that. I think we might
Yeah.
have problems with regards to licensing,
Yeah, that may be
Hugo.
a smallish.
But I'm
Great
with you
idea.
on that. Yeah. So by the way, if you're a regular and you want to inspire me in a particular direction, you can talk about like what kind of theme you want. But basically, I've got kind of fireballs, explosions, smoke, lightning, stuff like that. Just things that will that I kind of the way I kind of attribute to the contributions you guys bring in. Surly Dev, you're going to love yours if Surly Dev's out there. I don't know if he's out there or not, but I found something I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, this is Surly Dev right here. So, so anyway, so the idea then is if you mark a favorite song and you come in, the favorite song could start playing or something like that, something like that. Although the songs that I had downloaded were about 2 to 3 minutes each. So they're kind of, and they're just background music kind of songs that we can play during the thing. So if you want something very specific, it might have to be a lot shorter. So we'd have to take a look at that. And,
Maybe we fade down the background music, and then the intro sort of comes in over the top. So if somebody just wants lightning, like an intro, as mentioned there by Hugo Dahl, your background music, which is sort of standard and playing and sort of setting the mood, fades slightly, and then intro music for somebody, and then you can fade back up what you were playing.
yeah. Yeah, I like that. And so, like, play favorite song, and then maybe there's a vote song up or down or something like that. Like
Yeah.
it or like or hate song. Something like that.
Boombox by committee. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. So now your drones basically. Your characters are drones flying around. So you have one action you can do, which is you can throw a meteor at something, which could be
Yes.
I don't like this song, and it's the box is just like, okay, if you hit me with a meteor, I'll switch it. Right? But what about the like? So is the like you fly through it like that? Maybe like that? Fly through?
Maybe you put things on the screen, which is like a button that can be hit for don't like, and another one on the other side for do like.
Yeah, I was thinking
Or
about that.
like pinball kind of stuff to hit.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that too. Maybe we can do that. I do have some attributes. Hold on, or not some attributes, some assets here. Hold on, let's go back over into the drone game. Assets I've been used in a section called power-ups, I thought. Where's the power-ups? Oh, here. Oh, they're not sorted. Nothing really super exciting, it looks like. I've got buckyballs, which are kind of cool. So the spinning kind of buckyball thing, right? So whether you like it or not, we could combine that with our text effects. Remember, we built those for the Dungeons and Dragons game to have like the word yes or no kind of, moving. So it's kind of like a fly-through voting kind of thing. And I have this kind of cool little power up too, which
That's
I like,
nice.
right? Which it changes color and spins around, that sort of thing. So so very cool. Right there, that effect. So we've got those right there, right? So we could do something like that as well. So I also am thinking, what if the person's drone, if president, starts thumping along like the speakers are bopping around and dancing? Yeah, that's actually super freaking
Disco
cool.
drones.
So maybe your like is a chat command, but if you like the song, you also are like a boombox, right? If you like the
Yeah.
song, maybe the
Drone
drone
starts grooving along,
the drone starts grooving. Like that. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I don't know if flying through is the answer or not. Maybe it is. Maybe the fly through is what happens. In fact, one of the things to start grooving could include is color shifting, because that's super
Yeah.
easy to do,
Yeah.
right? Color shifting the drone. Like that. All right, so we got a start music command is basically what we've done at this point. Start music, we need some sort of variable here that's gonna be music playing, I think. And we'll start that off by setting that to false, but basically if music is playing, then we're just gonna get out. Otherwise we're gonna set music playing to true. And what are we going to do next? Surly Dev says hello to everybody. Surly, you just showed up. You missed some great news at the beginning. I'm working on entrance cool effects for you kids out there who are regulars out here on the show, who we see,
It's a
early on at the
great
beginning.
idea.
So the first
Yeah.
time you say something in the chat room, there's going to be some earth-shattering, ideally earth-shattering, effect to announce your presence.
Hmm.
I know I'm like, this is hard-coded, and so it'll always be there every time, but hopefully you'll like it, and if you do, great, and if you don't, you can make some suggestions. But the thing I said earlier, Sir Dev, is that I found one for you that I think is just perfect. So we'll work
I
on that.
can't wait. This sounds great.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right. Okay, so there's that. Now, music playing means the boombox is on screen. Let's go figure out where we're drawing stuff, get our sprites loaded here. Here we go. Let's drill into this. So here we can see, I love this right here, and CodeRushed helping me out. All right, so we've got these different sprites out here. We need to create some sprites that's going to be the boombox,
Hmm.
like that. So I'm just going to do that. Look for where drones red is loaded. Drones red is a special place where it's loaded. I don't want to do that. Let's see what else. Let's grab something else in here that's loaded up. End caps, where's that loaded? That's in load walls. All right, let's find where load walls is called. Right in here. Okay. So let's come in here. We're going to do this just using CodeRush's duplicate line. Let's go find the asset. The assets are in drone game boombox. And then it's boombox again. Okay, so we're going to say boombox. And hold on, let's get to that. The number of frames that we're expecting are 13. What is this right here? This is the frame interval. So how much time between each frame?
Yeah.
Those explosions are fast. I don't have an FPS in here defined anywhere. It looks like I do not. That's something I added later. Okay. So, well, let's say divided by 30 is going to give me 30 frames a second, I believe. And the animation style is not sequential. It is a loop.
Definitely a loop, yeah.
And I think that's good. And then we're going to come in here. So boombox, let's copy that. Let's go to where red explosions is drawn and rendered. Here it is right here. So the question is, where will the boombox be in the Z order compared to the drones? And is the question. I think it's, so all drones update position. Where are we drawing those drones? Here's where we draw them. I think the
Trying to
boombox
imagine
is
when the
behind.
meteor hits. So the boombox is at the back, so the meteor can be drawn over the top.
I think it's like this. I think the boombox is behind the drones, so you can
Yeah.
fly in front of the boombox, but it's on top of everything else. That's kind of what I'm thinking it is. Okay, so now there's our boombox. We've done that, and we're drawing, and now we just need to add one. So when we start the music, I'm just hitting escape to get back to where we are here. So now what I want to do is I want to say this.boombox.add shifted, right? That's going to add a shifted by a certain hue. Or no. We'll do hue add shifted. The X and Y position, where are we going to stick it? I was always thinking about putting it over there in the bottom right of the screen.
Okay.
But we do have our clock
Got
there
a
from
sundial kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah,
Clock.
from the D&D game, which are kind of like, they're kind of over each other. Maybe the upper right. Well, the upper right, we've got the ads popping up there.
I think the lower left is the only sort of empty space, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe I can do that. Let's do the lower left. We'll do that. So add shifted. So the X position, what's the size of this thing that's out here? How big is that?
Oh, the box itself.
Yeah, 174. So I'm going to go over about half of that, plus a little more. So we'll make it about 90 right there. The bottom of the screen is about 1080. So we'll bring it up. What's this size of it? It's 75, so about 30. I'll go bring it at 1,000, maybe 1,010, something like that. And the starting frame index is going to be 0. The hue shift is going to be 0 for now, but I'm going to add something to this. Saturation, brightness, we're not going to touch. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, hey, I want to do this. Hue shift auto hue shift per second. So how many degrees per second? Hue shift per second. Maybe I'll just do that. Hue shift per second. So this is in degrees. So every second, how many degrees do I want it to spin around? So I'm just going to have it rotate through the hues is what I'm going to have it do. I'm going to say it's going to go, I'm going to say a quarter of the way around. So in 4 seconds, it's going to do a full piece right here. So now we got to come in here and we got to declare that property in there for that. Whoops, not here. Hold on. Add shifted, declare local right there. Let's double check on add shifted. That should be returning a color shifting sprite proxy. Excellent, just what I needed. Okay, and then I want to come in here. This is going to be my boombox. And then I want to say boombox dot boombox sprite. Maybe we'll rename that so we're very clear about what that is. And then I want to say hue shift per second is equal to this, 90. Now what I want to do is I want to go in and say declare property. And we want to go implement this. Come on, you should be able to get me there. Get me there. I just declared you. Declare property. I thought I did. Did it not work? Whoops. Okay. Let's go figure out why. Nope, it's declaring it. Visual Studio doesn't seem to be able to get to it. Why is that? That was weird. The type is declared right here. Huh. Okay. And we'll explicitly default that to 0, so that's clear in the code. And then we're going to say, what do we need to work on here? Draw. I suppose we can do it just in front of our draw here. So we can say, this dot, I think we have a start time or something.
That does sound familiar.
What's going on here? Even my this is not, it's like wait, what's happening? Oh, I see what's happening. I'm not in the code. Here's the code right here. So this dot.
That's what you get for the long signatures.
Yeah, my fault on this. So I think it's like time start is what we're looking at here. So we're going to basically come in and we're going to say seconds pass. We'll say like let seconds passed equal to this dot time start, or this dot now minus this dot time start. I'm sorry, now minus this dot time start. So that's going to tell us how many seconds have passed. And I think this is milliseconds right here. And we want to divide this by 1,000 to get to seconds. So that's our seconds. And then we want to say hue shift, like that. Set that equal to our seconds passed times our hue shift per second. So that's going to get our hue shift right there. And then I think we want to mod that 360, which I think, as I recall, the mod command is the same in JavaScript as it is in C#. I think that's mod. And then that means, so but we only want to do this. We only want to do this if our hue shift per second is not 0, is greater than or is not equal to 0.
True, otherwise it's a lot of wasted effort.
Yeah. So we want to actually, I want to take this right here and get rid of the let. I want to put this up here, and we're going to set that up to equal to this dot hue shift. So there's our normal. There's our normal right there. But then we want to check to say, hey, if hue shift per second is not equal to 0, then we want to say we need this bit of code here, this, and that. think the code looks like that. It's got to be the this in front of the hue shift per second, like that. Then we're going to come down in here, and in the hue rotate, we're just going to grab our local hue shift instead of the this. And maybe I should rename that to explicitly say local. I don't know, because I'm not doing the this in front of it. I guess I'm okay. I guess okay. Have a look at Mark's Mr. Announcer Bot on Repro. Surly Dev is helping out upgrading Dave.
Yes.
Is it a Twitch extension overlay or maybe just a web view setup in OBS? Yeah, it's like a web
Option
view
number 2.
setup. Yeah, option number 2 in OBS. That's what's going on. Something we wrote on the show. So the source code
Yes.
is out
There's
there.
what are we now? Show 124, we think, and over the course of that, we have developed many things, primarily for the purposes of entertaining viewers on the stream. Not just with the methods of which we're creating, but actually to allow people in the chat room to command their own drones, to bomb with meteors, to create growing flowers. We have all the makings of a full-on game here, really, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We do. I love it. Somebody's taken the CodeRushed logo and just parked it down right over here next to us. So now I think we have this working, I think. And we have the boombox ability in. I think if we refresh, it might all just work. The drone game is part of, I'm pretty sure, our index CMS. I think that's the main piece here. Or is it? I see Dragon game there. Maybe it's, oh, the drone overlay. That's where it is. The drone overlay is there. So what we can do is we should be able to come over here, change this to the drone overlay, and load it. And we might be able to get a boombox to show up in the bottom left. And the boombox might shift colors as well. Wouldn't that be cool if both of those things happen?
That would be good.
So it's like test music is what I'm looking for, but I think I have to wait till we're done loading. I'm going to try it now just in case. See what happens. Did not work.
Nothing yet.
But what's interesting is that command might have been, oh no, it's not going to work because signaler is always like the last thing to load. So that's not going to work. So I need a way to hide that clock, I think. I mean, I can hide it manually by coming in and taking away the Dragon front overlay on here, but I've got it on hundreds of scenes.
Yeah.
So I could switch it off on one, but not the others. But let's see what happens here with test music. Wouldn't that be awesome if everything just worked?
Wouldn't it be nice if your different scenes could inherit from one another?
The scenes?
Yeah, so if you could put the clock on a scene, a single scene, and then have all of the dozens of things inherit from that, and then just take it away from one, and they would ripple effect and not be on the others.
OBS did add the ability to do grouping, but I'm not sure if that solves that problem or not, if a group can be used all over. Also, notice I've got flowers growing right in front of me here on the stream.
We have some gardening views.
There we go. I think the flowers actually go away after a certain amount of time. So I'm just waiting for this X in the upper left right up here to change to a refresh. So that tells me it's been totally loaded right there. Surly Dev is executing the SWAT command. All right, there we go. Let's see if the music works. Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's different.
Yeah, it's like totally different. Like totally not. I'm wondering.
Well, there's a boombox, and it is going through different colors. I mean, that much
looks
is
like
correct,
so we're getting a
but
bunch
it's
of
in a
these.
strange location.
I'm getting a whole bunch of these. You can't quite see that. Let me see if I can scroll up there. There we go. So take a look right here. See what's happening?
Oh wow.
So
many fails.
Yeah, what's really super.
HTML image element is in the broken state.
Yeah, what that means is it didn't load one of the images, and maybe I'm wrong on the count there. In terms of that, there's 12, 0 through 12. Boombox should totally load up 13 of those. Let's double check that.
Did you tell it to, isn't there a scheme that tells it to pad the number? I don't remember whether you did that or
You're
not.
right. That's probably exactly what it is. It's the number padding problem. I bet that's it. Okay, so let's go look at that. Yeah, that's my problem, I think. Exactly it right there. Pad file index. So we're going to say true. Definitely needed there, so it sees those. But what's curious to me is the color shifting is happening on the. It's happening on the coins as well, right? If we come back over and you look at the coins, Those coins
Well,
are definitely color
everything's
shifting.
flashing, and you're right. Yeah, there's a shift there going on.
All right, if it's not
Wow.
this,
So does that mean we're turning a shift on and not turning, or applying it to the wrong context, perhaps, or a shared context that we're not giving back?
yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Also, doesn't make the coins don't make sense to me. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. This applies to the huge rotate applies to the context before we draw. So we're getting an
Yeah.
exception here, and we never get to restore it in the save. That's what's
Okay.
happening. So we could do
So
this
this
in a
might
try
have-
finally.
If the exception we're getting though is because of the padding,
Yeah.
so if the padding's fixed, maybe it's all just going to work.
Yeah, I kind of want to fix that way. I don't want to fix it with a try finally. Well, try finallys are fast. I was going to say, try finally should be okay. So we can do that. We can fix that code. So we're going to say, I think it's just TF here should give me what I want. That's a CodeRushed template. And we're going to do this here. And we're going to do this there in the finally. So that's the fix to the other flashing issue right there. We're not loading that fix now. We're just loading this right here. So so next I want to see if we can see, I think we need to have bombs hitting the boombox. We need to do a check on that. It's been a while since I've done those tests on the on it. Let's see, by the way, if the SWAT command takes out Straight Butter, who's right above my head there. Nope.
Oh, he's moving. He's moving. He's out of it.
Also, he was high enough that he's out of range of the
Just
SWAT.
flipped out. Okay.
I'm watching you, Straight Butter. Yeah, so fun. All right, so we'll after we get the boombox coming up and working and color shifting, which it looks like it's going to do, then we're going to. I'm so bummed I don't have the music because I was like thinking, oh, how cool it would be to actually have it play songs by the time we end the show, and the songs are just not there. Okay, I might have a workaround for that. I might be able to download some songs, and get those. Have a couple that we choose from. We might do that. All right, let's do the test music now. See how that works. Test music. Boom. Okay. We got a boombox. And I kind of want it. I don't know. Do I want it above the coins? Maybe I don't. I guess it's okay behind the coins. And I'm kind of cool with the way it's working. I think it's speed. We could slow down the speed a bit. And we can move it to the left. I think I want to do both of those small little tweaks to that. So move it to the left. Let's make it about 40. I think its height off the bottom is fine, totally fine. And let's slow it down a bit. So let's change it to, instead of, let's change it to, I think an 18 frames per second, somewhere like that range. So 18 frames per second. And then that will fix that part of it. Let's also, I don't want to, well, I guess I can refresh because we're going to write some code. So let's refresh that change and just take a look at that. While we do that, we're going to figure out collision. So we're somewhere in here. It's been like months since I've written the collision code.
It has been a while.
And let's.
We were talking about meteors hitting. Well, hitting bottom, I guess, initially.
Right.
We also had to do collision for catching a meteor, didn't we?
Yeah, we've got a couple functions in here. Okay, CodeRushed suggestion. Rory, note the time.
Okay.
I'm here. I get the mouse over a selection, and some of it is obscured because it's just so wide. The signature is so long.
Gotcha.
I want a hint popping up if it's obscured like this, telling me what I'm missing, so I don't have to resize it. Even the resize doesn't allow me to go. Now look at this. Also secondary problem. Look at this. It's resize. It won't let me go any bigger than this, even though the monitor.
Even though you've got a better monitor than that. Yeah.
That is not okay. All right. So So we've got two of these here. Let's jump into this collision. Check the collision against. This is in sprite collection, and all meteors check collision against this. All drones. Sweet. So I think I just need to do something like that. Update screen in drone game say this all meteors check collision against this dot boombox, right? Which is going to be all the boomboxes. I'm going to actually rename this to be boxes. So even though we're only going to have one, like that. And I also want to double check to make sure that all drones is the same type. Oh, it looks like it's not. All drones is a sprite collection. So looks like I need to either, to make this work, let's see what we need to do here. Let's do this. Let's just create an alternative, an overload. Can we do overloads? I think that we can't. I think we cannot do overloads in JavaScript, as I recall.
Yeah, JavaScript, well, there kind of is, but it implements it in a very strange way, which puts limitations on what you can do. Effectively, what ends up happening is I think you get a single function which is attempting to do both versions, and effectively it's kind of like a fall through. If you've got these other things, do the first item, and if you don't, do the second. It's kind of it's definitely not as flexible as you might come to expect with the .NET Framework.
All right, so let's do these right here. Roy, I was totally thinking about something else while you were answering. Do you got a short answer for me? Yes or no? Can I do it? No.
Yes, but not as well as you want.
Okay. All right, cool. So check collision against sprites is what I'm going to create here, where I pass it in. It's just basically a little simpler, but a simpler version. So the sprite collection can just take some sprites to pop in there as well. And then let's go back to here, and now we're going to say check collision against sprites. And then instead of put meteor on drone, let's go look at the signature for that. It's got oh, interesting. It's got the two different proxy pieces here. We're going to change this to vote song down, I think.
Okay.
Like that. And this is going to be the boom box proxy right here. And should I create a class called Boombox? I almost think I should.
Yeah.
You're saying, yeah, do it? I'm feeling like it. So if there, then we're going to come in here and we're going to say boombox dot vote song down, like that, I guess is what we'll do. Something like that. And why not? I'll throw in the time there just for fun. All right, we need to create a new class called Boombox, and we're going to come.
So there's an interesting debate going on in the chat room, which seems to be centered, I think, around the wrong issue of whether I'm wrong or not, which is slightly beside the point. Will Bennett says that TypeScript can do overloading. He argues that it's more powerful, but not as nicely implemented. I wonder if that isn't a contradiction of sorts, but fair enough. And so definitely there is a facility for overloading. I have seen people avoid it, but I guess somebody as awesome as Will Bennett probably has the wherewithal to get through that pretty easily.
All right. So we can we'll take a look at that. So let's see what do we have. Super. So we need the center. Okay, with the center's coming in like that, and I'm getting that right. Starting. What is it not like about what I have here? The super starting frame number, center, lifespan. That looks right to me.
Well, you
What's my
got your class, you got your constructor.
Oh,
you got
I
your
see. This is my problem. I'm coding in C#.
You're in C#, right? Yeah.
Yeah, instead of VB. I mean, instead of
it's hard to remember sometimes
JavaScript.
what language is being using.
Yeah.
There's a T in extends, however.
Okay, yeah, Will Bennett. Rory's wrong for the first time. You didn't read it like that, Rory. You just said
It's really not the
Rory,
first time.
Rory's like, there seems to be a discussion in the chat room. What do I have wrong here about my extends? What is wrong
There's
here?
a T in extends. You spelled it incorrectly.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Does
Well,
that solve all my problems?
It's hard to say it's
There
a
we
bad
go.
spelling. It's just a typo, and that's a very different thing.
Yeah, listen, the guy who invented the spelling for the word extends could have done it without a T. It's not his fault or my fault. All right, it's not my fault. Okay, one of my favorite lines from Star Wars. It's not my fault. All right, so now we've got this, and now what I want to do is when I create my boombox, I want to create a boombox instead of a color shifting sprite
Makes
proxy.
sense.
That's what I want to do. So let's go into. There's the drone game. Where's where's my boombox? Via
There you go. Look,
that one.
fantastic facility. Jump to symbol. Find anything, anywhere.
Yeah.
Find me my stuff.
All right, so here we go. Add shifted, but add shifted. Oh man, add shifted does that. We're gonna have to hard code this because we're doing what we're doing here. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna say there. Get rid of the return there. These are the magic numbers I think we want to grab here. This is going to be a type boombox. Like that. And I feel like we can kind of do something like this here. What do we got here? The center, the vector. This is the starting frame number. So we've got parameters in slightly different order here. We need a new vector here. I think NVC? No.
EC back.
I don't remember. I think it was maybe just V. I'm not sure, but it may not. I may not have that template there. So there's that, and then I think we just need the last one. I think the other one was the starting frame index, and so we're good there. So there's our new boombox, and then we're gonna pop that in there. Is what we're gonna do. Boomboxes dot push. Why does it not like the push command here? What's wrong here? Is it an add? Oh, it's dot sprites dot push, like that. That should be it. All right, good. So there's our new boombox. So there we've got our boombox piece there and there now. So now this is where we're gonna put our code to take care of the stuff we need to do. Okay. So with those changes there, we still have something out here that's not implemented, as I recall. I just don't remember what it is. So we've got a line of code. There it is right there. Vote song down. Right there. Let's go ahead and declare that method. Drill into that. And let's do a console log that's going to say vote current song down. Song down. Like that. Okay, so we'll console log that. Anything else? I'm not sure. I think that's it. So let's refresh.
That's pretty good for starters. We'll be able to see at least that everything's working.
Should the boombox be in front of the coins? I don't know. I don't know.
It's an interesting one because if you look at it from, okay, we put some coins on screen. If the boombox is in front of them, then there are some that would remain essentially invisible. And if you were going for some kind of completionist exercise, if you're trying to measure coins on screen and you said, yeah, there are still 5 coins, and you couldn't see them. But at the same time, they do obscure the boombox, which is kind of a feature coming up now. So,
yeah.
Let's make this code dance.
I just noticed that Straight Buddha asked for that, and it didn't play, and I'm not sure why that didn't play. I just went and did it manually right there. While this is loading, good time to let everybody know.
Disclaimer! Mark doesn't know what he's doing.
Doesn't know, does not know, has no idea. When I worked for a translation company, all the local translators, they used to call me idiota, which means honored friend.
Yep.
That's what everybody keeps telling me.
This is the man.
Yeah. No, I think it was like dumbass. Yeah, it was something along those lines. Family show. I can't actually say what I was about to say, so it didn't say that. All right, so how are we doing on the load on here? Are we done with the load? Not quite yet. I'll at least type in test music over here and we'll get that ready to go. Test music. while we're doing this, let's go download some songs here. Let's go grab some music here, and let's do like some find an adventure song out there somewhere. See what we got here.
Audio Jungle.
Feel like writing code to that?
Audio Jungle.
I'd love to comment. I can't. That'll be
There
one
we
of
go.
those,
That one.
Audio not making it over to me.
We're gonna do that one right there. Let's grab that. Let's see if we can find a good place to put our songs here. Let's go up into where we've got sound effects. Let's come back up here. Whoops, not into that one. Let's go to assets here. Let's go to the drone game. That's where we're playing here. Let's create a new folder. We're gonna call this music, which I don't know why I didn't create it there, or if I did, I'm like, you know, and whatever. We're gonna just put that out there. We'll grab like another one or two. What do we got here, Bruce? All right. I can code to that. All right, put it in there. Go. Save that out there as well. Save it. And what else we got here? It's taking itself too seriously. Hold on.
Audio Jungle.
What do we got here?
Audio Jungle.
Maybe. There we go. All right, so we got that right there. Pop that down. So we'll have 3 songs that we can choose from. We'll get those at least, and then we'll, you know, I'll figure out what's going on in the song world in a little bit later after the show. Let's open that up. Let's close this. We must be done. Let's do our test music command. There it is. There's the boombox playing a little slower. What do we think, kids? Is that too distracting? I don't think it's too bad. Question is, should I put it on top of the coins or not? I don't know about that. I think it's kind of
Chat
okay.
room, what do you think?
We're going to do a poll. I can't remember the commands I can use, says Codebase Alpha. I think you can do that. And I thought there was also something for like, isn't there a GitHub command as well? Is that true? Behind the coin, says Hugo. All right. All right, I'm okay with it like that way. You can clear those coins up and it's going to be back there and fine. So we're doing that. I think it might be too distracting. I think that I'm going to drop the frame rate even more is what I think I want to do. Let's go look at that. Let's go get to my boom boxes. There's my frame rate. Let's drop it to 15 and we'll do that for now. But the color shifting, I think I'm cool with the color shifting. Totally cool with that. Let's see if we can drop, did I do the code on there? I haven't done the code yet to handle the explosions on here yet. Or I did, but we haven't vote song down. I don't think we've reloaded this since I wrote that code. Do you know if I've done that, Rory? Or not?
I don't think so, no.
Let's see if we do a drop, what happens. We'll just do a drop right now, and that should give us a message. Boom, it hit it, and nothing there. So I think a refresh now has got a shot at this. Yeah, we wrote the code and we didn't check it out. So we do that. Meanwhile, let's go over to our music folder. Let's unzip these right here. And we'll put these right in the same folder. Here's what my UI looks like. By the way, kids, I'm not a fan of this built-in piece. It doesn't allow me to select a whole bunch. Also, check this out. It puts this on the main monitor, not the monitor this piece is on. I want a tool that can unzip a whole bunch of files. Oh, did I grab the wrong one? Looks like I totally did. Or did I not? And are these just the same? Yep, no, there we go. Okay, there's the other ones. They can just grab a whole bunch of zips and unzip them all in the same folder if I want to do that. Because that way we'll make this code, doing this part a lot faster, right? Because all I have to otherwise manually grab each one is kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, that's gone. Let's take the subfolder stuff. And Adventure Loop. No, I just want the MP3. So I'm basically coming in here and I'm saying, look, only MP3s because they're smaller. It logically makes sense that the smaller files will load faster and take fewer resources, have a less of an impact. Why didn't Zen
Yeah.
Adventure delete itself? I said go. I said delete. Good.
So I had a couple of suggestions in the chat room, the whole boombox front versus back, and actually the consensus appears to be, can we move the coins so that they go around it?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We can do that. All right, let's get the full version right here. Cut that. Come back up here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just putting all my songs in the same folder.
Yep.
And then what I want to do is whoops, not there. I didn't want to rename that. I'm going to delete that. Then what I want to do is so this is my plan, my brilliant plan on this. Since we can't actually like get a directory listing from JavaScript, I kind of want to do this.
That's inspired.
I thought you were going to end that with the word "ain." That's insane. So I want to do something like
Well,
this.
track 1, track 2. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you
And
do,
then I want
right?
to tell it how many songs are out there and what genre we're in, right? So we're going to create a new folder here, call it Adventure.
I almost feel like this is very similar to your sprites, in that you have a root name and you have a sequence of numbers, and maybe you have the need to pad
Yeah,
when there are enough of them.
yeah. So
And yeah,
so let's see. Do we refresh here now? Let's try this out now. Let's give it the test music command again. Test music. There it is. Now let's do a drop command. There's the drop, and let's see if we see something in the console window. No. Oh, come on.
wow.
I feel like, yeah, thank you. I feel like
Zen Panda!
it totally should have worked. Why didn't that work? All right, so let's, yeah, I was just certain it was going to all vote song down. Oh, I know why. Guess who forgot to do this? That right there. Vote song down.
Oopsie.
That's
Yeah, that'll
it's not going to work without that. Now it still might not work, but anyway,
Well,
let's
there's a lot more chance of it working now.
let's refresh. We'll test that in a second. While that's refreshing and loading, I want to come down to Boombox down here, and I want to create a function in here that called add songs, and I think it's going to be a genre.
Yep.
It's going to be the string, and it's going to be a count here, right here, number of songs right here. And then I'm going to, in my constructor, I'm going to say this dot add songs, and I'm going to say adventure.
Yep.
And I got a big fat 4 songs right there. Come on. Come on. Okay.
So apparently our announcer bot is not there. He missing.
Noun spot's missing. Okay. Interesting. Let's do a refresh of stuff. Let's do one test out here since we're still loading up. So many resources on this game. But it's going to be done here soon. So we're going to do test music again. Looking for that hit to show up, to show that the meteor hit the boombox. Another way we could test it is we could move the meteor up. Move the boombox up, and if the meteor blows up just as it hits it, because it's pretty close to the ground. Little Mayor bot says Codebase Alpha. Come on, host. Finish loading. So let's see. Oh, while we're still loading, let's write some code. So we need a like a dictionary kind of thing, I think, to match genre with count. The only way I know to do this, well, no way, I can do an array of these combo items here, right here. So let's do that. Let's just create a class real quickly. It's going to be our genre. And it's going to take 2 parameters in it. One of them is going to be the name, and the other one is going to be the count, like this. These are both going to be public, like this. And I think that's our class. Then I want to have an array of these things. And I don't have a great template for arrays here that I recall, Roy. I think I have something like a new array dot. And I want to do that, and it's doing nothing for me. This is like, I need to add this, build this in here. Let's look at my array stuff. What's my new array look like anyway? What's it look like? It's that. I'm pretty sure there's a generic kind of array thing. That doesn't even extend, that come out correctly here. Let's look at this for a second. Let's see what my new array stuff is. Look at all these flowers for growing here. You know what we should do,
There's
Rory?
a regular gardener going on somewhere.
We could take the flowers
Yeah.
and we could break those into a front and back. So the back is the stems that are green and the front is the flowers. And we could color shift those, just the front parts automatically.
see.
So we look like we have more variety. We could also change the height at which they come in. So they're looking at different heights instead of all being up at the top, right? Without adding any more resources, we could make this look a lot different. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's look for array. I want to see what my templates are here for this. See what we've got here. These are array elements here. Okay, not the one I want. Also, what happened to my find next, Rory, on here? I think my find next is, I don't understand what happened here, but it feels broken. Because it's just like finding the first one
It's
here.
find and you're done. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even understand that. We used to have the find next on this. Let's get that fixed too. Let's move it to the next one and see. Maybe that's the only one where the word array is showing up. Yeah, and maybe is that it? Is it because it's case sensitive? I don't know that. Yeah, it looks like we need some love here. We need some just to be
That seems like a reasonable idea.
fixed. Okay, here we go. Array of the piece. So this is CA dot. So this is to cast to a particular array. Okay, gotcha. That is this one right here. Let's keep going. This is QA. I'm going to call, there's another bug here, Rory. Look at this. So CQA is selected here. Watch this.
Yep.
When I say OK to find it, it highlights it, but it doesn't change the selection, right? So if I click
so
on
you've
this,
moved on, but it doesn't look like you've moved on.
right? But this looks like I've moved on. See, look at this, right? So the selection needs to change as well.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. So let's get some folks in here to fix this. There's my constant QA dot, and then TS type. Okay. So what I'm looking for is NA dot. Let's just find this here. What do I have here? Do I have an NA dot? Something? I do not. Do I have a VA dot? I got a VA dot, and I got a VA dot here.
Ah.
All right. Well, let me use that one. Is that still in the clipboard? Genre's still in the clipboard. So VA dot. Whoops, I meant to do VA dot with the backslash there, so it uses it from there. Yeah, I need to change that. Write me a note. I need to add the NA dots in here so we get these, because I want this to be, I want it to be like new, you know, don't make me do this, right? This is taking forever.
Nah.
Of genre, right? Again, you know, like this. I don't want to do that. I'm going to actually, in fact, what we're going to do is we're going to go in, I'm going to build it right now, I think. Just real quickly, code templates. Let's go look at my VA dot. That, there it is right there. Let's create a duplicate of that. Call it NA dot backslash, and let's clear the filter. And now I want to change declare variable to new variable, or no, declare variable. Let's see what declare variable does. Let's go drill into that. I just hit the control key to drill into that. We go to straight to parameter. Well, wait, we've got a couple of them here. Hold on. We're looking at what the context is depending on where we are. If we're inside parens, then we're going to do that. We think it assumes we're in parameters. Otherwise, if we're in a method, we do this, and we're in a class, this is the one we do. Okay, so I think what I want to do, is this, is I want to come in here and I want to create a duplicate of this thing, and we're going to call this new variable. like that. And there's a new variable right there. The first one goes to parameter router. Let's grab each one of these here. Copy it. Come up here. Create alternate expansion. There it is. Paste that. Let's go back, grab that context here. So we're just going to duplicate this context chain that's coming down here and the expansions for now. Then I'll go in and make some changes to it. Let's come in here, create an alternate expansion. Paste that in, get my context from that. That's just in class. There's that one. What's the last context? It's nothing. It's just the fall through for everything else. And we'll come in here and we'll do the same thing. And then we're going to paste that in. And now the difference here is that we are now going to say is equal to, the problem is that not everything is a new. But a lot of the things where I want to do a new, they're not primitive types, so it's going to save me some time. Get type, and there's the field right here. The field, I'm just saying, I'm making it afterwards. That's interesting, that I'm saying, putting a field there. I'm not sure that actually makes sense for this.
You could put a field around the new, allowing you to either forward delete it and eliminate it, or to just enter and move on.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I need a parens. I do think, though, I need a field here, though, is what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I think I'm looking at right there. It's that. But the problem with putting a field around is that if I accept it, I don't have a way to drill into a field inside of it. We could add that to the engine, but I'm not sure about that. All right, so there's that one. Let's basically do the same thing here. Wait, let's grab that whole thing. I want to get from here to there. Say that's equal to it. That's equal to that. And we're just clearing everything up. This we're in a method, so we can do the same thing there. And for variables, I'm not sure about that. For variables, parameter router, what's parameter router look like? Parameter router's got two, basically, checking to see if there's something right to the left or not. And then, but we don't have initialization on either of those, but we could add that after it. So let's go back to where we were. And so here we could say something like equal to and insert a field right there. And there's our initialization, so we could do something like that. So anyway, let's see how that works for us. So if I copy genre to the clipboard now, and I come down here and I type in a new array of what's on the clipboard. What? Did I miss something? I do. Yeah, it's the same problem we had the last time here. I didn't change the piece we're calling to. So instead of saying declare variable, I need to change this to say new variable.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Click OK here. Try one more time. Copy genre to the clipboard. Come down here and say I want a new array of what's on the clipboard. Thank you.
Go.
Okay,
That'll
good.
do.
That'll
Nice.
save, yeah, a bit of time now, but it's going to save me time in the future. And so now we can say, call this our genres, like this. And now that's initialized. That means I can come in here and I can say genres dot add dot push new genre and passing in genre and count. And I feel I needed this over here on the left. And I think that's okay. That's not bad. Add songs. I suppose I could yeah, I guess it's good. It's good. I'm okay with that. All right. So now we've got our different genres. That means also we need a function that is going to change the genres, I suppose. But for now, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. Is I'm going to say I'm going to create active genre. And I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to say active song count. And I'm going to make that a number. And I think what we're going to do is, I think for now we're just going to grab a random one out of that and play that song is what we're going to do. So we've got an active genre, an active song count, and then now we need to play a song. So we need to say, we need a function to do that. Play song. Maybe we'll call it play random song. So we'll do that for now. And then we're going to say, we need a number here. So this is going to be our index. And I'm one indexing these, not zero indexing these songs in my list. By the way, let's check to see if we can see a, oh, I thought I refreshed this. Where's the boombox? Do we have a problem? Why don't I have a boombox on screen? I feel like I just lost it.
Good question.
I wonder if it was because as I was making a change, sorry, I would have seen some error here.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm going to refresh it one more time over here in the drone overlay. See what happens. But I'm one indexing the songs here. So they're like that. So we're going to say index, and we're going to say that's equal to random. Got that? Use that class, so we can say between. I think my between is inclusive. This dot active song count, like that.
Will Bennett, always good with the tips, is pointing out if you're creating a new array with no params, you can do it just with square brackets instead of the verbose generic format, which is kind of nice.
That's awesome.
There you go.
That's awesome because the typing is here. Great suggestion. Love it.
Will Bennett rocks.
All right, so we are going to. This is still loading, I take it. Yeah, it's still loading. If we're gone, I want to kind of solve that problem before we restart here, kids. Straight butt, I had to leave. Oh man, I missed saying goodbye to you. All right, Sanford and Son. Yeah, I don't think we're going to hear that tomorrow. Okay, yeah, licensing issues, kids. All right, so let's see. I want to go. There's my random song. That's going to essentially be my song name, I'm pretty sure, plus an MP3 at the end. So now we want to say, we want to play that song is what we want to do. I have some code out in the Dragon Age game. Or no, wait, it's in the Dice Sounds. In Dice Sounds, I added some interesting code that is safe play.
That looks almost exactly like what we would want.
Yeah. Roy, your pitch of your voice just changed. It was like, it sounded like you were talking on a radio. Hold on a second.
Sorry
Safe
about
play.
that.
Safe play MP3 is what I'm looking for, I think. It's in soundmanager.ts. What is
Where is
going
that
on?
based? Time and Sound Manager. This is all in Dice Sounds by the look of it. Is that right? No, that can't be.
Yeah, where did I put this? It's supposed to be in the main game. That's awesome news because I don't want to be like all using, grabbing dice code. Game engine, Sound Manager. There it is right there. Sweet. Okay, so there's my Sound Manager. So it takes a file name, compare threshold. It's going out to a sound path, playing it. The Sound Manager, we're going to create a new one of these is what we're going to do. And then we're going to give it a sound path, and it's going to take care of the stuff we need to play. Okay? So we're going to exploit that code we've written before. So we don't need dice sounds.
Always good.
Yeah, always good, isn't it? Let's
Not
go.
to have to redo stuff.
Yeah. So we're going to do this. So we want to do our Sound Manager. Let's do that. And let's go and say that's equal to new Sound Manager. And our sound path. Let's go look at the other constructor for this. What are we looking at here? for our sound manager. Oh, Dice Sounds extends it. Oh, kind of cool. Well, I don't think we're going to do that. Dragon Sounds, Dragon Front Sounds. It extends it. Okay, interesting. All right. So I'm not seeing the constructor for these things. Oh, I know why. Because they extend it. So let's look at what this constructor looks like here. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. So let's grab that. I just wanted to see where it starts in here. So it's going to be game dev, assets,
Music.
drone game,
music.
music. That's what it's going to be. I'm just going to copy this right here.
There are certain things that are far better done with copy paste, and other things that less so. But
Right.
if you're going to use something and it's measurable and copyable by copy paste, that's a great source to get it from.
Yeah. No, it's
No
awesome.
chance for missing the typing.
Now we do have, I think is there a play random inside of Sound Manager or not? Why am I not getting any until, oh, this, dot Sound Manager dot, what do we got? There's played recently, is awesome, playing now, save play MP3. I think we can do played recently. I want to do this. And I want to do, I don't want to play the same song again and again. So I'm going to do this. So tries is equal to 0. I want to try a certain number of times. Max tries is going to be is going to be like, say we'll try I don't know, 30 times. Okay, so we're trying to find something we haven't played recently. So when you say play a random song, we're going to go try to do that. And so we're going to now do we need a while loop here, which is basically going to say while tries is less than max tries, like that, and this dot sound manager dot played recently and the key is the file name. So we're going to say, right, let's double check that. Let's double check that because what is the key that we pass in here to
At best, you've got the track number, don't you?
file name, play random file name.
You've got an array of genres, and then within that you've got a count, and that's...
No, I know, but what I'm looking for is played recently. Hold on a second. Played recently is storing these in these key time pieces. And the key time pieces, last play times, there it is there. What's added is my question. There's my push. Playing now. Okay, so I have to call playing now. And so with whatever I'm passing in. So safe play MP3 is going to pass in the file name, whatever I'm passing in. The file name is going to include the genre as part of the path. That's what I wanted to check. So the answer is yes, that's going to be able to work because I want to make sure that, you know, playing one from one genre, song number 1, doesn't count as we played it recently from another genre.
Yeah,
That's
fair enough.
that's the whole purpose of what I was doing here. So if I call safe play MP3, pass in the genre, I think we're going to be okay. So that means now I just need to use that same key here for played recently. The same key, that key and the file name are the same thing. Whatever I pass in here is the same as what I need to pass in here, right there.
Yep.
So now I want to check to see what that is. So we're going to say ls file name. That's going to be equal to this dot active genre plus, I'm going to bet it's a / plus index
Yep.
dot toString.
Do we need a .mp3 or not?
Yeah, I don't think we, no, I don't think we do actually. We don't, because I'm pretty sure that the sound manager, if we call sound manager dot safe play MP3, like that,
Of
it's
course, if
it's going to track it
That's
for
going to be the
us.
assumption. That makes sense.
Yeah, safe play MP3. It is going to, now let's take a look at this right here, safe play MP3. I think we might have a bug here. Let's see what playing now does. because are we actually finding it? If the key is there, we set it. Otherwise, we add it. Okay, so we don't have a bug. I want to make sure we did that we were cool on that. So we're going to save that key. Playing now. Okay, we can go back. We can go back and so adventure genre plus that. That's what the file name is equal to. If we've played that recently, then we're going to come back and we're going to retry getting the index, and we're going to recompose the file name like that. Okay. And once we're done, we're going to come back out here and we're going to try to save play that. Do we need anything else? The compare threshold. How long has it been since we played it last time? The default on this compare threshold, I think, is super low. Oh, it's -1. Let's see what happens. Hold on. Go into played recently. If it's -1, then sound manager dot threshold. It's 50 milliseconds.
Wow,
okay,
that is pretty low.
that's low. And the whole purpose of that is for the dice game where we've got a bunch of sounds coming at each other. If they're coming the same sound, we're trying to play that closely together. Not a big deal, but that's okay. We've got another parameter, so we can pass that in. So this is in milliseconds. So basically, if I want to think about seconds, right? So let's see. I want to make sure I haven't played this in the last, say, 5 minutes. So it'll be 5 times 60 seconds times 1,000 milliseconds, and that'll be the last 5 minutes. In fact, let's take that and let's come in here and say QN, and let's say 5 minutes, like this, and we're going to come in and do that. Okay?
Nice.
Maybe let's change this to, well, we'll do 5 minutes for now. We'll change it for later. So we're going to pass in 5 minutes, like that. Played recently also, though, I think accepts the compare threshold. So we need to move that up above, right there. So we'll do that. So play random song does this. Now, to play the random song, we need to call this from the beginning when we create our new boombox, right at that point right here. So we're going to come in here and we're going to say, hey, boombox sprite dot play random song. Oh, and now we don't have anything to play when it's done. But we can try that so far. Let's see. We must be loaded by now. Oh, and we don't have... Oh, I know why we don't have it. Because I didn't do this. Test music. Okay, cool. That's why we didn't have it. All right, now let's drop. Let's see if we get something over in the console. No.
I see nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's impacting it. Let's go see why. Let's go look at that collision code and see if we can figure that out. Boom boxes. Check collision against. We're in the drone game. Let's at least do this. Let's do a console log here and say all meteors check against the boom box. And sprites. There's my collision found function. All sprites for each. These sprites. Function these sprites. Each one of those, compare it against the compare sprites. Yeah, that all feels like it should work. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think check collision against looks at my centerpiece is hit by. Let's see what is hit by. If it's a meteor and this sprite is owned, then we're going to return false. Or this sprite is owned. So the meteor is not going to collide with a meteor, I think is what's going on there.
So then it goes back up to the super is hit by.
Yeah, I
So
want
it's
to
just making exceptions for meteors just in case.
I want to set a breakpoint there. I wonder if I can actually hit that breakpoint. Let's see if we can do a drop, because I made some changes to the code since then. Check it out.
Hey,
Let's see what we got. What are we doing here? If this sprite equals this dot meter just thrown, return super is hit by. What's going on in super is hit by. Distance for hit. Get distance to hit. Let's see what we're going to get out of that. Center drone. Uh-oh.
The presumption is that it's going to hit a drone.
Yep. Well, that's get distance 2. Is get distance 2.
Or is it? It's based on the size of a drone, at least.
Yeah, it's
Drone
based on
width
the
and
size.
height.
Yeah. Is what's happening here. So what's this? This is here. This is here. So we're basically saying as if we were a drone, which is not too bad.
Similar size, not hugely off.
The center meteor is 149 and 40 because it's not there. The delta X here and here. Okay, so we're pretty far now, but I think we could be pretty close. I think, so the question is, do we override the get distance 2? I think we do. I think I'm going to override get distance 2 inside of my guy. I'm going to hit run here a second and keep it running. Let's do this one more time. Let's do the drop. I want to see, is that hitting off to the side of that? It's really close to the center.
It is.
I wonder if it's hitting the ground first, though, is what I'm wondering.
Oh, interesting.
Because...
we could test that by just raising the jukebox higher.
yeah.
You'd have to refresh at that point.
No, I know. I kind of don't want to refresh, but I think I'm going to have to refresh anyway. The get distance 2 here is... or what else? What other thing can I do here? The drone width and height, yeah.
Can you cheat and, at a breakpoint, manipulate the X and Y of the boombox as if it has moved?
Yeah. No, we can't actually. We have to refresh. There's no edit and continue to do that. There's no way to do
That's
that.
a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm either looking at, well, most of the get distance 2 is not bad, but it's like, I think let's do this. Let's do this. Get distance to point like this. And we're going to make this, I'm just going to do an X and a Y here, I think. X and a Y, like that. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to say return get distance to, and we're going to pass in the this, like that. We're going to get rid of all of that. I think I'm okay with that. What's meteor width and height is, and so we're going to say, call this center drone X and call this center drone Y. And then now come down and rename that to just X and rename that to Y. And did I lose other sprite in this? I got to pass in the other sprite. I don't know if I'm making this better or worse, actually, right now. Get distance to point. Like that.
Now, you don't need to pass other sprite in at that point. It's just the center drone and center X. Is that right?
Oh, you're right. It's not making it, but I needed other sprite up above.
You needed it coming in
Yeah.
to derive. Actually,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the thing,
hating
isn't it?
all of this.
Yeah.
I'm just undoing it. I'm not liking any of this. I'm like, I got a problem here, and the problem is that this all works for the drones, but the code here is not great because it basically is there's a couple things that are going on here. One is because I'm using the flywheel pattern. I don't have the actual width of the drone in itself, so I'm holding that outside of it. And then I'm also using the other sprite, the meteor. This is like, so the get distance to the other sprite, center meteor X is the other sprite. Yeah, so this is assuming the other sprite is a meteor, right? That's kind of what it is. It's assuming that. I got an idea. It's not necessarily a great idea, but it goes like this. Let's create a function that returns a number here, and this is going to be a get half width, like that. And the other one is going to be a get half height, like this. And now what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to go like this. I may be breaking some code, but I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to say return this, divide by 2, and I'm going to do the other one, divide.
I presume what you're going to do is to then override that in other alternative implementations and
Yeah.
provide different calculations,
That's
thus
a-
allowing the main function to be relatively
Unchanged.
cohesive.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So that's kind of, you know, not a, it's better than where we were going, I guess.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at on this. Is it's kind of better. It's better than where we were
Better
going.
is better, right? An incremental step towards good.
It's not Will Bennett level of better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not. We're not quite
Well, we
at that
can
level.
only aspire, you know.
Yeah. This I get half width. We'll do this. Do that. And then that also means now that let's go take these and put these up in Sprite Proxy as well. Guess what we're going to do here? We're going to return 0 for both of these.
Very small sprites.
Yeah. So we're just returning 0 for these. Okay? So but then now that means we can still take advantage of the flywheel design pattern, right? Where we have a whole bunch of objects, but objects don't carry all this extra data because that extra data is all known elsewhere.
So does this mean the get distance 2 is now also going up into Sprite Proxy?
Does this mean what?
Get distance 2, the function we're looking at, is that also moving up the hierarchy so that it can be descended from in many other places?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, you're right. No, we are going to need it. We're going to need it out. Well, I think it actually may already be there, to be honest. I think it may already be up there. So we're going to say get half width right there. And then we're going to go do the same thing here. Other sprite dot get half height. Now,
Well, I think we are clearly on the right path. Do you know how I know this?
you got to go.
Because I think you're on the verge of awesome.
And you got to go.
I'm not allowed to be present for the awesome.
All right, buddy.
Sorry, man.
No worries.
They're going to lock me in the building if I don't get out soon.
No, you got to get out of there. Get out quick
Yeah.
before they, lock you in the
We're
building.
here for the night.
Yeah. Also, that also means that we can say we can also clean up some of this as well, where we can say like get me a center. Oh, it looks like Rory's left right there, but that's what we're gonna do. Run, Rory, run, says Surly Dev. Okay. Yeah. So that also means we can. So let's see. Get distance 2. What's going on with get distance 2? Yeah, it's up here. Get distance to xy is up there, and here get distance to xy is just doing that. Okay, so that's cool. So we got a square root right there. Yeah, I'm like not loving the code here. I'm not sure that this is the problem though. Even though. Let's though take care of fixing this right here. The this code used to be. I don't want to do that. I think it was meteor width or something is what we had here. There it is right there. What is meteor width? Yeah. So this is my meteor, which extends it. Let's go grab these two pieces and put that over in meteor. So we at least have those. Yeah. So at least our code's not changing. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's the problem. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the boombox up like Rory was suggesting. We'll see if it's hitting the ground or not beforehand, because that might be what's going on, and then we'll adjust accordingly. So we're going to bring this up to about 800 is what we're going to do. And let's refresh, see what we got. There's my refresh. Got play random song here too, which means if this all works, just by starting the music, we're going to play the random song. And that also means if we get a hit, we want to, let me just add that code there, right there. We want to say, in the boombox, we want to say this dot play random song as well. So that's going to take care of what happens when you hit it. Let me refresh this since we're just starting here. Let me do that. Okay. Rory's left the building. Rory doesn't clean up after himself. Left his drone flying around. Rory Becker, CodeRushed. Let's go ahead and do a doc. We'll clean that up and get rid of that. Yeah, I think I want to have something too where if your drone doesn't do anything for a while, you lose battery power and you run out of that. So, all right, so we'll get that thing going. I think we're not far away. We may have a few issues here, like I'm worried about the path being right and the songs in terms of playing there. It's loading. I'm going to type in test music. Unmute the site so we'll be able to hear it. That may have been overly optimistic. Okay, looks like we're loaded. Test music. Oh, no, wait. What's going on here? This indicates a refresh can happen, but this in the upper left, you can't see it just behind the, I'll bring it down here a little bit so you can see it. This is spinning up here. That's weird. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can, let me just do a launch. Not working on the main page. So the main page is it's working on the stream, but not on the main page. Right back here. So looks like, wait, now is it done? Let's see if we can see it at launch now. There we go. All right, cool. So it's done. Here's the test music. Nothing. That makes me even sadder. Drone sound manager not defined. That was slightly expensive. All right, so we got to go get sound manager. Sound manager is, I think, going to be referenced here. There it is right there. We need to grab that, and we need to put that into our drone overlay. And probably before the drone game. Let's go find the drone game. There it is right there. So we need that there. Let's come back over here, do another refresh. Wow, I hate how much this switches over to sources. I click on console and it comes over here. Interesting, we're doing a lot of collision checking right here. Need to take that console log message out. Where is it? There it is. Right there. We'll keep letting this load down. So we'll get a bunch of these. Shows the line numbers in the log. Oh, right there. Excellent. Thanks, Will. That was it. Drone game.ts. Come on. Typing in test music, getting ready to hit enter on that when that load finishes. There we go. Here comes the test music. There's the boombox. Let's do a drop. The meteor's not owned. Is that why? Oh, check it out. We are closer. We are super close. All right. Boombox. Vote song down is not a function. What's happening here? What am I doing wrong here? There's something. What's talking down is definitely a function. Maybe I misread that. Let's look at this one more time, see what we got here. Is not boombox.vote song down is not a function. It's a function. There must be some other meaning to this piece here. This is vote song down in the game. Check collision against sprites, this stuff. What's going on here? The other thing that's really bizarre is I'm getting a lot of hits here on this, right? It's just going crazy in terms of doing this, sending these up. Like there's all these errors right here because we keep, it seems like we keep getting the collision here. I don't get this at all. The code looks correct to me. The IntelliSense backs up that this is a function of it. We're clearly grabbing it from here, so even though it's got the same name as this, we're qualifying it. Why is it checking both drone and boombox? Oh, that actually is an interesting piece right here. This drone proxy is actually the second piece in here, I think. So we check collision against sprites. We pass in the collision found function, which goes in here. And the collision found function is basically this sprite and a test sprite. So it's basically, this sprite is hit now by the other sprite is what's happening. So if we go back to that, you're right though, the code is not it was copied over here. So this is the other sprite. So we'll say this sprite and the other sprite. Whoops, hold on. Let's go back. I almost think we've got the wrong pieces on here. What's weird is this is working, and maybe it's working because that doesn't make sense that it's working, that I could hard cast that because it was not. Let's double check this again. The check collision against sprites. So we're going to say grab all our boom boxes and check them against all meters, check against all drones. So here we're going to take all meters and check them against all boom boxes. So that means then that that I think we've got the order of this wrong. This is still the meteor proxy here. This could be related to the problem. And this is our boombox proxy right here. And so now I think what we want to do is something code that looks more like this. If boombox proxy, what is it? It's not is type of. Instance of, there we go, that's what I was looking for. Well, you had it already typed out in the chat room. Instance of, and we're going to say boombox. It's an instance of boombox. Then we can come down here and say boombox.vote_song down. That might be a simpler way of doing this right here. Is that it? Boombox proxy dot vote song down. All right, got a shot at that working. Let's see if that works. That's simpler code anyway, so give it a shot. Refresh. Looks like it's not responsive here. That's not good. I think we may have to restart here. Restart a few things. Thanks, Will. Appreciate it. You know what I'm going to say.
Bill Bennett rocks.
All right. Yeah, but I'm right-clicking here, and I'm left-clicking, you know, and I'm not getting anything. I'm seeing some mouse changes here as I go around, but that's not looking good. We'll see if we get a refresh and we can try it. And but I think we're looking at a restart is what we're looking at. Yeah, Will says he thinks it's because of all the logs, all the ones we had before. That might have been it. There we go. Inspect. And did it clear it out? Yeah. So it just had all that memory it had sucked up. All right, good. That's cool. Will Bennett said, have some faith. And yeah. Surly Dev says he's no Roy Becker, but he does rock. That's correct. Hey, look, we're loaded. Let's try test music. Will Bennett said, I thought you were doing a quantum leap on me. All right, here we go. Test music. There it is. Try a drop. Here it comes. What do we got? Vote current song down. Cool. Are we muted? We're not muted. So look, check it out. We're right there. And there's this, we're frozen right there in terms of that piece that's not moving. It did not blow itself up. So I think that means we were hitting the ground before. Is that what that means? Let's try this. Let's try another drop. Are we going to get another meteor? Oh, interesting. No more meteors coming down from here. That's weird. Can I launch? Not from this one. What's going on there? Let's see if we can get to a break point on this. Here, let me dock. Just added fish sauce to my massaman curry on the stove, and now everywhere smells of fish sauce. So yummy. This is Codebase Alpha. Excellent. Will Bennett's on his way over. We're all coming over. You know, sounds awesome. All right. Let's see what we got to do here. We're basically calling play random song, and it looks like we are locking up somehow in this. Is it my code? Here, my while loop, are we in here forever? Oh yeah, guess who forgot to do this? So we've got two problems. We've got this, that fixes that problem, but we have another problem in here. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand what the problem is actually here on this. We're going to come down here and we're going to say console log. For some reason it's saying it's playing it recently. I think we're in this loop. That's where we are. All right, let's come back out of here, see if we can get out of this. I think we get out of that loop. I'm wondering if that meter is going to explode on its own. That would be cool if it did. Why is played recently returning true across the board? I think I know why. The first time we start and try to play the song and we start playing it, but what's happening is the collision is continuing to happen, so we get a second collision coming in. I think that's what's going on. Look at this though, we got a not a number here. Music undefined, not a number. Hold on, we've got a problem with our add songs adventure. Oh, got it. Also a problem here. Active genre is equal to adventure. And active song count is equal to 4. That's going to make a difference too. Stop it, refresh it. Okay, we're getting there. I think this is going to look good. Surly Dev says, I suspect I'm closer to Codebase Alpha than both Will Bennett and CodeRushed. Codebase Alpha says it's all mine. Will Bennett says, I have fax number, or he can ship Amazon same day. Codebase Alpha says, reckon so. Am I right in believing you are roughly Midlandish, Codebase Alpha? I could stream tasting the curry, if that's any good. Nice. Midlands is spot on, Surly Dev. Are you going to the first DDD East Midland? What's the first D in that? What is that? All three of those, actually. Let's see what DDD is. Developer. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. All right, still loading over here. Hopefully almost done. test music. Maybe we'll hear some sound this time. Okay, got some sound. It just came out. Still, I'm looking at a, still loading though. So let's wait for that to finish. No plans to, but I'll check out that link, Surly Dev. All right, getting ready for test music here. Takes a long time to load this up. Seems much longer than normal. Tickets are all gone, but wait, the next wave go out 12:30 on Wednesday. I'll book a ticket and then release it if you can't make it. It's taking so long. Why? I got the sound. There we go. Finally. Okay, here we go. Test music. Now let's do a drop. Test music should have started playing the song. It did not play the song. And we should be hearing that. So let's do the drop at least, see how we're doing on the drop. The drop passed right through it. Oh, but I bet it did play the song though. It didn't blow it up. Hold on. Oh, check it out. All right, cool. Guess who's not rounding their number? That would be me. Okay. Got to round it. I was hoping this was going to be an int. Do I have an int between? Call inside of random? Int between. I do. Okay. And is in between inclusive? I think it is. Yeah. I'm going to say that looks inclusive. So let's try one more time. Dun, 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 dun. Let's give away copy CodeRushed while this is reloading. I'm going to take this, drag it off screen. We're going to bring that up in a second. Every day we give away copy CodeRushed. You watching us dog food it live. Sometimes I find small little tweaks and changes in here, and Rory helps out with regards to documenting those. Sometimes I create templates. We kind of did both of those today. So we're going to give away a copy of CodeRushed.
CodeRushed!
That's right. CodeRushed is brought to you by
Dev Express!
yeah. And because it's time for the
CodeRushed giveaway!
all right, today's winner, dropping from the Visual Studio into the Visual Studio edit control right up there, is
Code Kitten!
Code Kitten. Congratulations, Code Kitten. What the? Those are giant kittens. Holy cow. Sometimes things like that happen on the show, kids. You never know. All right, what are we doing? We're still loading over here. Hopefully this baby is almost done. We'll be able to get a test. We'll actually get some music. We're getting so close here. Bring up the console. Bring that up here. And at least we've got a way to change songs, so we can do that. And I think maybe if you fly through it, then you say you like it. I think we need to blow up the meteor too when the collision occurs. So that's like another thing we need to do. There we go. Done loading over here. Fireball is too late. Trying to fireball the kittens. That is so funny. Oh my God, that's hilarious. All right, so here we go. Test music. Nice. Now, the drop, I think is going to try. It's not going to work. It's going to collide a bunch of times. So it's going to change the music, but it's going to be abrupt, I think. Here's the drop. Will Bennett says you don't hear it. Hold on, I know why. Now you do. Sorry guys, that was a bad time for me to be on the other screen that muted down desktop sounds, I think is what it is. So yeah, I just muted it here a second, but it is out there playing. You can see So I'm going to mute for a second here because it's kind of loud. We need volume control on this thing, I think. We need a way to do volume on this. But if we do a drop from right here, keep your eyes over here in the console window and see what it looks like here. So we go to drop like this. Boom. Oh, look at this. What's not found? What? What? The other file names were correct. Oh, I know what I did wrong. It's because the first one, I only did int between on the first one, but not the second. That's what's going on there. So that's the piece that misses there. But you can see it if we scroll back up here. You can see what's happening. And it's trying to do song 1, song 4, song 3. That's what's happening. It's not stopping the other ones. I think it needs to stop those two. So let's see if we can figure that out here. Is there a stop command? I don't think there is in the sound manager. Let's go look at the sound manager. See what we got in here. The way to stop the previous song. Sounds. Yeah, it's right here, new. It's basically just here, and we're not doing anything with this, which is kind of problematic. Let's do this. Let's create a variation of Safe Play MP3, because we don't want one that throws back a true or false. We want one that throws back that returns the actual media element itself. So I'm going to say Safe Play MP3. Yeah, I don't have a great way to write this code for now on this. I think I do not have out parameters. Do I have out parameters on this? Do I want to do an out parameter? I think I don't, is what I think is the answer. I think I don't. I think what I'm going to do is this. Okay, I think I figured out how I'm going to do this. Let's change this to null. Let's change this to media. Let's change this to like that, and then we're going to say this is going to be an audio element, I think, like that. Return audio. Let's change that to return audio. And then I want to go back and change this one down here to this. And we're going to say this dot. We come out here and declare local. And this is going to be our audio. And it's of type audio. And then we're going to say, hey, if audio, then we're going to say return true. Else, we're going to say return false. Let's Code Now is following. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Followed.
All right, so what's wrong here? Audio is not the right type. It doesn't like that. Find name audio. Yeah, there's something going on here with the audio. I forget what it is. It's an audio element. I guess I'll just change it to of type any. And we'll change this type to any as well. No, that's not right. I don't want that. Do I have IntelliSense here on this? Do I play here? I do. What's the audio type? I think it's like media element or something like that. Is this going to help me with here or not? I'm going to say no. HTML audio element, that's what I want. All right. Okay, so now we've got our safe play MP3, and now we've got a safe play MP3 return audio. I'm going to call that instead. So let's go back over to our boom box, which I think is the bottom of drone game. And now where I want to call safe play MP3, I'm going to do this. And now I'm going to say this.active audio is equal to that. Donald WM is now following. Thanks for the follow, Donald WM. You follow, by the way, you're entered automatically to win a copy of CodeRushed. Sometimes we do fun things based on the name of the winner if in the video and the audio, and we'll see what happens. We started with Legendary Moo, and we had that coming out there. All right, so active audio is there. Let's declare this, and it's an HTML element. Good. And HTML audio element, excellent. And then what I want to do is I want to come in here and I'm going to say, hey, if the active audio, and actually let's call this active song, like that. Hey, if this active song is actually set to something, then I'm going to say active song dot, and do I have a stop? All right, I don't have a stop. I'm not sure what the way to do that is. Let's go look at this. Do that. See what we got. I got to pause our update. Pause. Okay, so we'll call pause. I can do that. All right, so that should take care of the song switching. All of that. Let's do that one more time. We're going to come in here, close this down, do a refresh. I feel like we're on our last one of the day. We are going to get this done. Let's go to, speaking of which, let's go look at the folks that I'm following. See who's out there streaming live right now. Get you some folks to switch over to. Looks like Michael Jolly's out there. Let's see if he is streaming live. Sometimes my Twitch UI is not to be trusted. Looks like he's there. All right, so we'll get ready to raid Michael Jolly. Get out there. Look at this, Surly Dev made a clip for us. Nice. Code getting wins. Yeah, it's awesome. Fun stuff. Thanks, Surly Dev, for that. Appreciate that so much. Still coming up over here. Get ready to type in test music. So the way what I'm thinking is you bomb it, it's a no vote, it changes the song immediately. If you fly through it, is that an upvote? Maybe. Or maybe it's a text command that says you like the song or something like that, or you want a favorite, and you get basically one favorite, or maybe I guess you could have a couple. And so whenever you came in, whatever your favorite is could play, something like that, I suppose. All right, let's see if test music works. I whispered them too, although they should forfeit if they aren't here. Yeah, well, there it is right there. Let's do the drop. And let's get our console log up so we can see what happens in here for the drop. So we're playing Adventure Song 1. Here comes the drop. There's the hit. We go to Adventure Song 2. And what I should have done is played the unmuted site. Here comes another drop. All right. Pretty cool. Nice. So we need there you go. And we're changing here. We're back to 1. Uh-oh, 1 is paused though. We have a problem. Because we're pausing these, we're not, I think we also have to set them back to, I think there's a caching that's going on. That's not in our code, that's in the browser. I think we need to reset it back to the beginning. It was in that, let's reopen that closed piece right here. Current time. I think, wait, pause. Why are we playing anything now? Oh, because the safe play, because we haven't, our threshold is 5 minutes. We won't play it. We've played it recently because of the comparison threshold. And I think what we can do some code here too. I don't think so I think I was wrong in my assumption here. I think what we need to do is this. We say, hey, if not active song, if we don't have any song back here, then what we can do is we can come in here and we can just play with a 0 threshold on whatever it is and say we'll play it anyway. I think that's what we'll do. And then that at least gets us a play. I think that's why we ran out of songs there for that. And to test that theory, let's refresh again. Yeah, I think that's my deal right there. Which means arguably you could even get rid of that 5-minute piece right there. Let's learn about changing volume while this is reloading. HTML audio element. Change volume. Can we do that? Got a volume option on it, it looks like. So that means, let's do this. Let's play with volume for a little bit here. I'm up for it. How much time do I have? I have about 10 minutes, so maybe they're not going to do this, but we're going to set the volume at 0.5, like that. Nope, I'm going to make it a static. Is what I'm going to do. And then we're going to use, when we create a new song, when we get a new audio element, we're going to come down here and we're going to say this dot active song dot volume, there it is, equals boombox dot volume, like that. Then we are going to, so that's going to set our volume. The other thing that's cool about that is we could fade out one song while we bring the other one up. We could totally do that. So we could add code to do that in a smoother way. I want to vote song down. I want to do another thing here. I want to go look at what's happening here. Put meteor on drone does not blow it up. So we want to blow up that meteor proxy is what we want to do. Do we have a, there's no self-destruct on sprite proxy there. Let's go see what meteor has on it. Meteor's got a blow up call. Cool. So we're going to call blow up on the meteor right there. So we're going to say, hey, if my meteor proxy instance of meteor, we should get some interesting effects with fading and easing, says Will Bennett. Interesting. That's kind of fun. Then we can come into meteor proxy and we can say meteor proxy.blowup. And that should blow that up when it hits, which I think is going to be cool. Okay, so we've got that done. Let's see. I wanted to do one other thing, and that is in my drone game. I've got somewhere in here the word music. Okay. We're going to do a volume command, test volume, and then the word up or down, I think is what we're going to do after that. And then we have test command. How do we do the parameters in this? I'm forgetting that. The test command is just that plus all the pieces afterwards. So I think we're going to say starts with volume. And so if the test command starts with volume, then we're going to say like a volume space. Or it just starts with it. Let's do that. And then we're going to say VS. We're going to say bolster is equal to test command dot subster from, and we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, position 7. I think that's all we need. It's just going to take everything to the end. Yeah. And so that's my Volster. And then I want to say if Volster equals an empty string. So if it's empty, then I want to send a chat message out. And the message is going to be report on the volume. Current volume is. So we'll say current volume, current boombox volume is plus boombox dot volume. So you can see what the number is, like that. Then else, I'm going to say, let's do this. Volster is equal to volster.trim. I think I've got a dot trim in here. Yep. Like that. I don't think it needs any parameters. Good. And then we're going to say if volster.starts with up, we're going to put the volume up. Then we're going to say boombox dot volume up. I'm going to call it like that. So we'll iterate. We'll do that. And otherwise, we're going to say boombox dot volume down. And should I say what the volume is at that point? I think we'll do this. So let's at least do this for now. Let's declare that. Let's declare this. Let's, whoops, I didn't want to do that. No, no, no. I hate getting tricked for that one. Okay, there's that. And there's this one, declare volume down. Let's go inside of that and report volume is going to be that code right there. Now, the question is active song though. How do we adjust the volume on the active song immediately? That is the problem. I got to go find that instance out there is what I think I'm going to have to do. Where's my drone game? Okay, let's try something like this. So it's a little hokey in here, but I need to get that instance. So I'm going to create a static method in here called get instance, like this. And that's going to return a boombox. And we are going to do something like this. Hey, if active, I can do that. I can keep that code there. So that's going to get our drone game. And once we get there, our drone game, we're going to go into our I think I'm going to do this. Get boombox instance. This is going to be a return null, like this. Then I'm going to kind of defer over to the drone game to get itself back. To get that, I'm going to say return here. Then I'm going to come over here. How am I doing on time? I got 9 minutes, and I got to stop. Hard stop. And declare it. There it is. Jump inside. That. And then we're going to say this dot boomboxes. This. We're going to dot sprites. So it's basically something like this. If this and that dot length is greater than 0, then we're going to say return sprites of 0. So that's going to get our sprite back. That. And we want to typecast that as a boombox. Like that. And then down here, we're just going to return null. And we want a boombox as the return result here. All right, so now that code is not too bad. There's my get instance. Now I can come in here and say get instance now, and it will change its volume. Is what I think I can do. So I can come down in here and I can say this. Or wait, we're in boombox.get instance, declare local. I'm not sure I like declare local. I don't think it's helping me as much as I want it to do. Then we can say if boombox, then boombox.volume down is what we can do. Like that. Ooh, but this isn't volume down for active song. No, it's not volume down, it is set volume for active song, like that. Okay, let's declare that. And here we want to check to see if this dot active song then active song dot volume. Where's my volume line of code? It's right there. There it is, right there. Is equal to this, right there. Okay, that's that. There's that part. And now I need to boombox.volume plus equals 0.1, like that. So we'll have 10 different pieces. We're going to say, hey, look, if volume is greater than 1, then volume is equal to 1, like that. And that's my volume up. My volume down is going to be this right here. It's going to be a minus equals on that. If it is less than 0.1, then it's equal to 0.1. So that'll be the minimum volume. You won't be able to turn it off. And then we're going to do that bit of code here at the end of our volume up. And then do we need to call report volume after a change? I think it's not going to hurt for right now. So we'll say boombox dot report volume. Did I make any mistakes? This code, I hope not, because I got to get out of here in 5 minutes, and it takes about that long to refresh almost, it seems like. Set volume for active song, add songs. I feel like I missed something, but I'm not sure what it is. Let's see what we got. We'll refresh. Yeah, unfortunately I got a hard stop. I can't keep going to figure this out. So, a couple bugs we expect to, if no mistakes that we expect to have fixed. One is if we run through all 4 songs, we're still going to hear a song and play it, is what we'll do. That's one of the things we'll do. So we'll just hear the same song again when we change it. And then 2 is we might be able to now change the volume while it is playing. So we're looking for a command that's something along the lines of, I'll type it in the chat. Volume, like a volume up command. I'm just going to type it in now, or a volume down command, something along those lines. That's what we're looking to change. And then we're also looking to see Mr. Announcer Bot coming back with with a chat message saying, okay, that was fast. Let's do test music. Oh, and those commands I typed in were wrong. All right, cool. Let's try test volume down. Nice. Look at that. Uh-oh, got a slight math error. Nice. Holy cow. Looks like that all worked. Let's try the volume up. Nice. And if we just type in test volume by itself, it just tells me what it is. Nice. And finally, let's change the song. Here it comes. And it blows up. And we got a new song. Nice. Here comes another one. Notice our songs here. We went from 4 to 3. So we've got 4 songs out there. So we're expecting to see all of them before we cycle back through again. Here comes another drop. Now we're on 2. That sounds the same as the last one a little bit. I wonder if the songs could be there. Could be the same. I'm going to drop volume down a little bit here. There we go. And now let's do another drop and see what happens. Should go to song number 1. Yeah. Cool. And then to test that final bug, which is now, we should go to one of those songs randomly again. Let's see what happens. And we're just going to 1 because we've played all the others within the last 5 minutes. So pretty cool. Now I just need to get some songs and fill out the genres, and we need to figure out genre changing. I'm not sure how to do that. That might be a text command. But we've got volume control. We've got the ability to change songs. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think that's cool. All right, kids. With that, I want to say thanks to Will Bennett, Surly Dev, Hugo, Straight Butter. You kids are kicking butt. Congratulations again to, I think it was Code Kitten who won today. And we will see you tomorrow.